live, baby. I told y'all this is the first live. The first. I appreciate y'all. I really do appreciate my guests, my two guests today. Actually, all three of my guests today, because I got my wife, my lady with me as well. You know what I mean? So yeah, man. So Lineage, you know how I am, man. I like to jump right into it. This is our, like I said, this is our first live where we gonna actually have people pick topics. Yeah. Y'all pick topics. Y'all let me know. We find a time, and it's a show, man. You know how we rocking over here, man. But anyway, let me get into it. Like I said, y'all know who I'm is, but y'all probably don't know who this is. This the one and only, the one I'm always talking about, the one I'm always bragging about. But right now, she's my best friend. You know what I mean? We friends right now. We ain't husband and wife right now. We just best friends right now, man. No, I'm playing with you. But no, man. But go ahead, share. But this is my wife, Nadia. And go ahead, Greg and Olivia. Go ahead and introduce yourselves.
Ladies first.
No, you can take it away.
Okay. How y'all doing? I'm Greg. You know, I'm a rapper, entrepreneur. I do YouTube. I work, all the above. And I'm 26. And I guess I'm from Michigan. That, my fault. I should have had a better introduction, but that's
nah, you good. You good. That's dope, bro. Introduce. Just be you. Here on Lineage, we welcome all people, man. You just be you, and that's the best thing we ask for, man. For real.
Absolutely. And I'm Olivia. Yeah, a little bit about me, a lot. I am a businesswoman and I'm a nurse. Okay. Nurse gang. No. But yep, that's us, Olivia and Greg.
Okay. First, I'm gonna ask you, how long y'all been together? Before we hop into the topics, how long y'all been together?
Whoa, man.
We've been together for, it's gonna be 7 months on the 14th.
Okay. Where y'all meet?
We met on a very popular dating show here in Indiana called Pop the Balloon.
Oh shit! Shout out to Pop the Balloon. For real. Yes, definitely. For real. Hey, so y'all can see, man. People actually finding love, finding ways and figuring out how to make relationship off that. So we got at least one success story. So, so we're gonna go over the topics y'all picked, and I'm gonna read this off, man. I'm gonna have my wife, cause man, I can't read her handwriting. Look at that. I can't read her handwriting too well. So y'all work with me. All right. Now the first topic. Hey y'all, and everybody who watching, y'all make sure y'all comment down below and let us know how y'all feeling too. The first one is relationships in the Black community. Relationships in the Black community. Now, if no, I'll go first. Nobody want to say nothing. Go first. I'll break the ice.
Yeah, break the ice for us.
Relationships in the Black community, man. Right now, to be honest, I feel like the first thing we should all know, male and woman, is that we got to give each other grace, and we also got to give each other accountability at the same time. What I mean by that, I feel like that's the first step. We got to understand that male and woman both lack in certain departments, or we both were trained to act certain ways. And let me give an example before I even break it, so people can get what I'm saying. Basically, if you read certain books like the Willie Lynch, whether you believe it's true or not, you can see that how they taught us these habits, these ways to make sure our families would never get right, would never separate, would never come together and glue together. They taught the woman how to go against the woman how to raise her child differently, the woman how to raise her daughter strong, independent, how to raise her son weak emotionally, but physically strong. They talk. So if you read all of this and all that, and you really start going into depth, you will see that a lot of the problems that the black society, that the black community have, is habits that were taught to us, tactics. Let me say that, strategic tactics that were taught to us so that we can't get along. That's why most black women don't get along with their mamas. Uh, most black males don't have a father. All this shit was strategic, and believe it or not, it all falls down when you go into relationships with a person. So now you know we realize like, oh damn, people be like, oh, the black woman hard, the black woman is tough right now. If we look why the black woman is tough, we can go see and look at history and be like, this is why the black woman is tough. Dang, why so many black males going through emotionally and all that? Why are we going through so much emotionally? We look into history, it shows that they put this shit in us, like it was embedded. And we got to remember what DNA is. It's scientifically proven. DNA holds memory, so we hold memory of all of this. All of this, whether we know it or not, we hold memory of all of this. And I feel like that's the first step of understanding each other. Is that yeah, we probably lack of some stuff, but together we don't lack. And another step is to stop looking outside what every other fucking race is doing. Fuck what the white people doing, the Mexicans people. I don't give a fuck how nobody fucking feel either. I stand on black pride like a motherfucker. I don't care. Fuck what everybody else is doing. We need to worry about us. Nobody else gives a fuck about us besides us. Why are we worried about, oh man, the black, of course the white man, of course the white man uh uh can get financial and help a black woman faster because this is his fucking society. He made this bullshit. Of course, a white woman is gonna be more submissive. A black woman was never submissive. They was the ones that was hiding in caves. White woman couldn't look at their fucking history. White women couldn't go outside without their asses. Of course they act like that. They've been fucking trained to act like that. You gotta pay attention. Our black woman never was trained into hide and can't go outside without us. We never did our black women like that. And that's what another problem is. We're not looking at what works for us. We're looking at what works for everybody else. We're not going to what our history was, how we as people were empowered. Every time we were empowered in history, our families was intact. And that's true story. And so I feel like we got to go back to that history. And in that history, man, when we go back to how we laid out things, how things work for us, it was no the black woman was better than the black man. The black woman was God. The black man was God. It was none of that. When you really look into it, it was all equal. Everything was equal. The queen couldn't move without the king. The king can't move without the queen. And if you see why, it makes perfect sense. You need both energies in order to work the world fluent. Man, I can preach all day, but I feel like that's one reason it's going on with the black community. We looking outside everywhere else. We not understanding our own struggles, our own battles. We looking at and expecting our relationships to look like these other people's. And we gotta remember, man, we gotta fix our shit, man. We gotta fix our shit. We gotta keep going. Like for real, most people you see, and everybody want people who are already built. Most people you see how to build themselves, man. You never know who you can give if you give the right person a chance, man. You never know that everybody gotta build themselves, man. I wasn't who I was today. I had to build who I was. This shit didn't come out of the damn well, it came out the ground, but I had to make it out the mud. The mud didn't make itself, you know. So, but yeah, I can go all day on that. That kind of made me. I felt like Martin Luther King.
Hyped you up. It hyped you up. Well,
but no, my fault. Anybody else wanna?
Yeah, I'll piggyback off of that. Just essentially talking about our culture from more of this of what is our modern culture of right now. Like we don't have that Sorry if I keep saying and stuff like that. I gotta think about what I'm saying.
No,
But
you good.
we don't have those role models in our families like we should when it comes to like a good family structure, a good structure of a family and the dynamic of a family. We don't really have that now. Um, we gotta get that culture back, you know.
We do.
So, and that does come from women being overly independent or
Yep.
working within their masculinity and things like that that will really shy a man away and things like that. So yeah, I agree as well.
Yeah.
You want to say anything?
Yeah, I totally 100% agree. And also another thing with just, relationships in the black community is just, misunderstanding. People not taking the time to understand each other and
Yeah.
really see what the problem is. They just looking at the reaction off of a reaction type shit. So,
Agree.
Yeah, I'll definitely say one needs to definitely work on themselves before they get into a relationship. Um, and realizing what those boundaries, traumas, those triggers, everything in regards to your partner, because like I said, that culture that we should have is not really there. So when it comes to and speaking for myself, when it comes or came to looking for a partner, I didn't really know where to start. I just basically was testing here, testing there. That ain't working. Okay, let's try something else. And I dipped outside of my race. And your wife was like,
Yeah. So, yeah.
your wife, she got me together. I'm just like,
You
dang.
might, you
But
might
you
lose
know,
your
I mean,
friendship.
she, yeah. She's the reason why I went on to Pop the Balloon because prior to Pop the Balloon, I was just like, I'm done. Like, I don't really care about love. It ain't for me, things like that. And she's just like, no, like, why don't you just give it one more try? And I'm like, I don't think so. Like, where I'm gonna go? Where I'm gonna start? Like, I don't even know what to do. And she's like, well, just Pop the Balloon show. So yeah, went on there and met Greg. We didn't even match, but the connection and the energy was definitely there. Um,
Yeah.
but even still, with the little time that we have had, I feel like everything has been moving so fast. Not fast in a bad way, but us getting to know each other and us going through those phases and stages of learning one another and our triggers and working through past trauma together,
Oh,
Yeah.
being relating on things on a different level, on a mental and spiritual level. I feel like it just brought us closer, quicker than what we really thought that it would, work out to be.
Yeah. Definitely. When you really have the attention on know somebody that you're really interested in, taking that time to really get to know that person outside you. You know what I mean? I learned you had to take labels off people. Just because
Mm-hmm.
mama, that don't mean she mama all day, every day. She's Crystal. That's
I
my
mean, that's
I
what I'm
know.
saying.
so I had to look at people outside of their name and their title. And when you get to know somebody, you get that you be vulnerable with that person. I gain trust. You guys strengthen each other. And
Mm-hmm.
maybe it may work out, it may not work out, but as long as two people are willing and wholeheartedly interested in each other, it'll work out because we ain't go, nobody's gonna come with everything together. And I feel like that's one thing that's having a big default in the black community. Everybody will, we gotta have this, if I gotta have this and I gotta have this. We all grew up, most of us have grown up in the same type of environment. Our mamas was not rich, our daddies was not rich. So why do you expect somebody to come with everything? If they work
Mm-hmm.
9 to 5 and going home, returning home, y'all gonna have the same thing. You can't expect somebody to come with millions of dollars to sit you at home and you sit down and do nothing. Like that's
Mm-hmm.
I don't even want to sit home and do nothing. I did that for a little while after I had my kids and while I was pregnant, and I'm like, I gotta get up and move around. I don't. Some people like that, but just that's just not what's
the
gonna
rich
help.
marry the rich, to be honest.
Yeah, and that's just not. I feel like that doesn't help a family function. You know what I mean? If we're
Mm-hmm.
together, we both put in effort to sustain the lineal. You know. it's for the future. People just think about right now. Also, like you got to think about ahead. What can you leave behind? So taking that time to understand, get to know that person, and know why y'all trying to build. Things are gonna fall down, which is good. Like that's progress. You know what I mean? Down, getting rid of the old, moving on and growing with the new. So that's coming to Christ. But that's the story.
I agree. I agree, man. And before we move on to the next one, I want to say I want to go back to not uh, not allowing and not like not looking at different perspectives. Like Greg said, it kind of reminded me like people. A lot of times, I think we have a hard time looking through other people's lens. We we not understanding and understanding how someone else grew up, how their brain works. A lot of time, man and women, we gotta remember that we think totally different. Man and women think totally fucking different. Totally opposite, man. Totally different. Whatever, however you want to call it. And I feel like that's one thing that we got to get together is understanding that we have different perspectives. Not only we different people, we see things at a different angle. We have different emotions to the same scenario in life. So I feel like the best thing to do is sometimes you gotta be like, dang, why is my spouse feeling like that? It's like I said, man. Instead of beating on them, be like, oh, okay, how can I help them with this trauma? You know. But that's all I wanted to say throughout before we move on. Uh, and then the next topic is importance of community. That's crazy.
Yeah,
Importance.
it's working in. That was a good transition.
Yeah, that was a real good one. That was a real good one. Somebody want to start this one off, or
I can start it off.
go ahead.
Communication is, everybody say the cliche, communication is key, but you have to really learn how to communicate to your spouse that the way that they like to be spoken to. We may not mean to sound and say things a certain way, but you have to understand y'all are two different people, two different perspectives, two different type of emotions and triggers and things like that. So you have to take the time to listen and get to know your spouses, your partners, way they receive communication. You can be, I wasn't even yelling, I wasn't even screaming. It's just you just have to take that time to learn. That's throughout the whole, all type of relationships throughout forever, from back then to now. Still, we still learn more and more on how to communicate with each other without triggering that person, hurting that person's feelings or just coming off, in a bad way, because it's not that person, it's the problem. So that's what I got to say.
Yeah, and also like sometimes when y'all going through y'all ups and downs, in any relationship, sometimes communicating is not communicating. Sometimes she want to be left alone or something, or sometimes he want to be left alone. Give them that minute, and you understand. So in a way, you still communicate it.
Real talk. Real
Yeah,
talk.
I'll back off.
Letting them. I feel like that's letting. I feel like that's the best thing sometimes too. To sometimes calm down and wait for the moment. Because emotions, man, when emotions going, everything can be said. Everything can be said. And then you say some shit, especially us, man. We say some shit. Now we gotta sit there. Us, man. We be quick to forgive, man. We gotta try to help them all out and shit. We be like, just get over it. We be quick to just get over it, but no. You be sitting in the doghouse and shit, man. But not literally, but literally, man. And so I feel like sometimes waiting and calming down and letting emotions tend down so you can use your logic to think. Because I had this dude named Thomas on there. Dang, I forgot what episode that was, but Thomas Coleman. Y'all can look that up. Y'all can go on the playlist, Lineage Leaders. Thomas, his name is Thomas on there, and he said one thing. He said that stuck with me, and it's the realest shit I ever heard, especially when it comes about communication. He said that you got to put your problems on the table, and remember that it's a problem on the table, not each other. Not each other is the problem. Y'all don't have a problem with each other. If y'all truly love each other, y'all love each other, but it's a problem. And the problem is not each other. The problem should be on the table. And I said, damn,
I like that.
that's real. The problem is not each other, it's the problem that we need to get over. But it's not each other. Because if you truly love each other, y'all gonna move as one. And that really gave me a different perspective of life. Like, damn, he's right about that, and it allows you to take away those emotions, because now those negative emotions now allows you to put it in there like, damn, we have a problem. Now you're not looking at it as I'm pointing this finger, fuck you, no, fuck you. No, it's more like, how can we handle this? How can we move forward? Now it comes with a compromise. It comes with more talking and communication to understand how to actually fix the problem. And sometimes, man, if a problem ain't fixed in an hour or two, keep it moving, man. Keep it moving, because that means it ain't gonna come to the end. Y'all keep arguing and talking about the same shit for an hour or two. It ain't gonna do nothing but make it worse. So leave it alone. Can't come to a compromise. I feel like another thing with communication is comprehending. Damn, comprehension.
Hold on, no.
I know.
Man, you get
You
that a
have
little
a
too
hard
heavy.
time comprehending. Like, golly.
I'm cracking up.
It's the truth, though. Comprehension. People be having a hard time comprehending with life. And, and you be like, look, if I say something, you got to understand what I said. And a lot of times people don't understand. You got to learn your partner. You got to learn your partner words. You got to learn how your partner express themselves so you can understand them and break down exactly how they feeling or exactly whatever they express to you. Because a lot of times we listen, but we already got a response. My wife used to do that damn shit. I told her, stop listening to me with a response. You already got a response. You're not listening to what I'm saying. Listen to what the hell I'm saying. Don't be already got a damn response.
With that tone of voice.
Nah, hell no. She taught me. That's another thing she taught me. I had to see. Right now, I'm just hyped. You know what I mean? But I had to learn how to talk to my wife. I went, nah, not with that tone of voice. You know that. But
yeah, I wanted to say also the delivery that falls into play with communication as well, because the way that you say things and relay a message, it can come off as something that you don't even want it to come off as, and
agreed.
We gotta work on
that. Agreed.
Yes, delivery for sure.
Yep. Body language.
Yeah.
Body language. That's something I'm working on. Body language. You know what I mean? My wife said I gotta work on my body language.
Yeah.
Hey, the words and actions.
You know what I mean?
My hands be quick to be like,
I keep it 100. I'm still working on things. We still get. That's what people be having problems. I tell people all the time, I work on things from my marriage to my parentship to myself. Goddamn it! And if you're not working on it, then you ain't doing it right. Exactly. You know what I mean? Because ain't nobody perfect, but if you striving to be perfect, you perfect for real, man.
Not even striving to be perfect.
Yeah, striving to be better.
To be better, to work well together.
Yeah, to work well.
And be better for yourself.
Yeah. And that's another.
Strive for perfection.
That's another thing with communication. You got to know what triggers yourself too. Yeah. You got to know what words, and you got to know how you. A lot of people don't understand themselves.
We actually help teach each other this, because like things that we'll get into it about. It'd be just little stuff, but later I'll be like, man, you are right. That was because this happened to me before, or I might this way because this triggered me before. So you gotta also, be able to self-reflect, take accountability, say, hey, to yourself, say, hey to yourself, like, hey, what's causing me to feel like this? Why did this little words make me go from here to here? You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So yeah, self-reflection for sure. Yeah, is key in communication. It is. You gotta know. You gotta understand. For I give example. Man, I had a hard time letting my wife go out, man, and I'm like, damn. Why do I don't like my wife going out?
Hold on,
let him finish. Let him finish. Let him finish. Let him finish.
Say that again. I don't think we heard you over here.
Why I don't like my wife going out, man? And I love your mama, but god damn, man, my mama was Megan Thee Stallion, Hot Girl Summer in 1993. God damn it. Y'all talking about Hot Girl Summer. My mama went out a lot. And I guess that kind of fucked me up, you know what I mean? Because my mom, I remember my mama always going to the club, always out, and she don't even go out that much. She don't go. She wasn't even going to the club. She don't even doing that. But her just going out, I guess that kind of triggered me. And we was having a discussion one night, and she was like, "Man, I think that's why you be happy." I said, "You know what? You damn right. That's why." He let me go. Like, we don't. We just like. I let her go. We just communicate what we. I let her go. I ain't gonna hold her. Communicate what we doing, what plans. He always let me go, but you can tell like it's a problem when you come back. You know what I mean? So. Shit, I ain't. Shit, you done fucked me. You done left me in this crib. It's levels to it though, because if it's food, if I leave him with set food and snacks and everything, he might be cool about it. But no, we worked on it. We good. Yeah, but it was just trauma, man. It was my mama always going out. I guess kind of did that. So like I said, man, with that, man, it's just communication and really understanding and opening up to yourself. And allowing somebody else criticism, allowing somebody else being like, hey, look, you talked about this and this is how you was feeling. I think I connected dots with why you was going off or why you was talking like this the other day or whatnot, man. So, yeah, man. But yeah, man,
Facts.
My fault, y'all. Next time. Again, 10:05, running wrong.
You be mad. Come on.
How to handle relationship stress. How to handle relationship stress. Man, especially when you
communication. Nah.
Nah, what you say?
I said communication.
Nah, for real though. No, for real though. That's real though. That's real though, man. Anybody want to elaborate on this?
Man, how to handle relationship stress. That's a good one because I'm at a halt too, but I would say keep going. Don't give up. You're going to figure it out.
I 100% agree with that.
I would take what you said, Nadia. Definitely some self-reflection. I feel like honestly, whenever a problem or a situation, whatever does arise or whatever, self-reflection should be the first thing because you gotta figure out like what's your part, what's going on, so you can move forward either with that conversation or taking accountability. Also keeping in mind your partner's feelings and things like that, just being open-minded to everything. Also what you guys were saying with seeing it from their perspective. So it all ties into relieving some stress, in my opinion. If you're working through something and you're using those tactics, then yeah, give it some time. Don't go touching a boiling pot of water when you just took it off the stove. So yeah.
Sure. I agree. Definitely giving it time, and then sometimes you just gotta dive in there, and because a lot of times I'm gonna give you an example. If we in a little tizzy, he's normally the one to be like, all right, babe, you know, he the one that settle calm things down. But I've been working on it a lot. I come in and settle and be like, go ahead, tell him, give me a kiss or give me a hug. Like, even though y'all frustrated, that just lets you know, hey, I still love you. I still want you. So that's like some reassurance in that, you know what I mean? So not like at the peak of it, you know what I mean? Not like that, but like I still like ships in the ocean throughout in the house for a little bit. Like, all right, give me a kiss, give me a hug, whatever.
Well,
Yeah.
one thing I feel like about stress is, man, we gotta stop letting what these people created stress us out in the relationship. What I mean is, most times, if you look at studies, so I'm just talking on a typical basis here. Most studies say people fight over what financial problems, a career, and all that blah shit. If you look at it and you really love somebody and you really think about all this, money is made up. Uh, Another person made it up. You letting somebody else in your relationship, you letting what somebody else created fuck up what y'all got going on. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, even though we need money, even though we need all this, at the end of the day, this whole society thing is made up. We can go live in the woods if we really love each other and it's really getting that bad. We can go live in the woods and be happy. For real. And so that's why I feel like we gotta remember that all this society shit is really us wanting more. That came from these Europeans, man. Our people was happy with not. We didn't need abundance of things. That's why we didn't kill off none of our animals and shit until them hubbers came over. You know, I ain't gonna make it about them though. But nah, man. But we gotta for real that we gotta really pay attention to like what's really stress. This stress that we're stressing about, is it coming from us or is it coming from an outside force? 99% of the time it's coming from an outside force. That money, that new car you want, that new lifestyle you want, all that shit is really made up. And you gotta understand to know how to navigate navigate with each other so you can get what you want, because all of that shit is made up. So if you learn how to control your emotions and learn how to work with somebody, if you think about it, you just learn how to get that lifestyle you wanted, because now you know what it takes. Learning what it takes to live with a person and to love a person and don't let nothing on the outside get to you is almost like an entrepreneur. An entrepreneur, we gotta keep our idea, keep it going without letting the outside stuff get into you, without letting you not making money get into you, without letting somebody saying your idea is stupid getting. So it's the same concept, just a different coin, different side of the coin. It's the same quarter, but it's a different side of it. You know what I mean? So you just gotta know how to navigate through that, man. Like I always be thinking, man, this money shit made up. I ain't about to be stressing. I ain't about to be shortening my life for some shit that a mother the Morgan family and all that shit, they made up this. I'm not about to be stressing out about what some shit they made up. My family didn't even make this shit. Stressing about another man's family that he done made, trying to make my situation fucked up. Like I said in this one episode, are you really broke when all your bills paid? Are you really broke when you still got your mind together? Are you really broke when you got everything you need to survive? So man, I just feel like, man, that's one thing with stress. We gotta look at within with versus without.
Mm-hmm.
How to better our relationship.
Look at you then. Well, if you know then, say it then. How to better our relationship. Oh man, doing everything we just said above.
Love each other.
Yeah, that's subjective
You know what I
though.
mean? That's my biggest thing that I
Yeah.
preach for myself, out of your relationship. It's between
y'all two.
him and her. That's what it is.
How y'all make it?
How y'all make it?
What y'all know works? What works for y'all?
I never was the type of person that put pressure on my spouse to please this person and that person and that person. It's just y'all too. Y'all, you can don't be spreading your business all over the place. You know what I mean? If you got a close friend, you know, you give so much, but you ain't gotta spill the whole bucket of water. You know what I mean? So this is just y'all too. Whatever works for y'all, whatever y'all decide on, what y'all wanna do, what y'all wanna wear, how y'all wanna pay, how y'all wanna lay, whatever y'all wanna do, that's between y'all.
Yeah, no outside force.
It don't matter what mama and daddy or grandpa or
nobody
say, or your cousin say, because they not in that relationship. And most of the time, the way we're looking at statistics, they not even in a relationship themselves. So,
Amen to that.
Yeah, they don't hold that the same feelings that you have for that person. So even if you do go out and start spreading your business with whomever, whenever, you may create a nasty taste in their mouth that they can't get rid of, but you know you're gonna get over it. So yeah, nah, including others is just a no. And for me, that's a big no. But yeah, that's hardcore.
So that's that. I think that's
Amen to that.
I feel like that'll create that'll give a relationship more space to be less negative and toxic. It's not a lot of outsider opinions and dynamics forecast on your relationship or push your way. I feel like when you open your mouth to spread your business, you're inviting different energies and different opinions that you may not want. So it's just best for you to keep your business to yourself. And that goes for really anything. Anything. I keep my circle small. The people don't know my next move is. I mean, I just feel like that's how you should operate, especially when you trying to go for something real big that you feel like is a good goal for you or something that you do have as your goal. You don't want to mess that up by speaking too much on it and bumping them gums. So bumping them gums real bad. You're gonna treat yourself out to
you must be around old folks.
No.
Bumping at the gums. That's an
No,
old
yeah, definitely bumping at some gums. But yeah, I feel like that would be a good foundation for a healthy relationship. And like you said, everything that we talked about, seeing it from different perspectives, how to communicate, self-reflection, yeah, all of that, all of the above. That definitely ties into a healthy relationship.
And knowing what works for you. Before we close out on this, man, I said this, man, I want to say it again. And another thing I feel like we get stressed out on with all these questions that we answer, man, I feel like another thing is when it comes to the roles, quote unquote roles. And this what I mean on roles. A man supposed to do this, a woman supposed to do that. Like I always say, roles are for movie. Adaptation is for relationships to last forever. Roles are for movies. Adaptations will keep relationships lasting forever. You gotta know what works best for you. You gotta know what works best for him or her. All this role shit, we get lost into it and we do it. You know what I mean? And that's it. That's all I got. And that's it. That's it, dog. That's all, bro.
Our light to cut off on us.
I looked around.
No. Y'all can say something. I was just talking shit.
No, you all good.
Yeah, definitely on that part, it just rolls, you know. People just gotta comprehend, understand, you know, try. If you in it, you love somebody, try. You know, a older man just told me not too long ago, like 2 weeks ago. He was like, the best relationship advice I could give someone is just love her, just love your woman, you know, do your best to love her, because that's all you can do, you know. Tomorrow ain't promised, so, you just got to let them know you love them.
Real talk. And like you said, tomorrow ain't promised. Tomorrow don't mean that person gonna be healthy. You never know.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, man, this was great. I really enjoyed talking to y'all tonight about melanated love. It needs to be spread around with all forms in the Black community, even with friendships and mothers and daughters and sons, fathers and vice and in between. So we just need to spread love to one another.
Mm-hmm. Getting that culture back, a
Yes,
good culture. I feel like it's a lot of awakening going on right now. I know that's probably another conversation, but
Nah.
I feel like it's a he said, nah.
No, you good. No, go ahead and say what you gotta say.
Yeah, I feel like it's a lot of awakening going on. Although I did mention that we don't have those type of role models that depict a healthy and a structured family dynamic. I am noticing a lot now that in my circle, I'll just say a lot of women, they're now getting married, they're getting engaged, and it's all Black love. And I just see a lot of tables turning for us, for this generation. I just feel like it's a lot of realization going on. A lot of people are really opening their eyes up to I'll say I'm picturing a veil being uncovered. So it's people are waking up. Whatever was inside or in front of people's vision is starting to unwrap. So I feel like a lot of things are going to be changing. It's going to be a lot of shifts and things like that. So yeah, I do see a community coming together for sure. So
Agreed.
I know we got hope.
Yeah, I'm glad. I'm just glad to see y'all kicking. I'm glad to see all Black people, man. I'll be happy to see Black people together, man. And shout out to all the single ladies. If you know what I mean. Shout out to all the single ladies. If you don't want to be single too long, you can hit me in my DM.
I'm cracking up.
For real, man. For real.
Yeah. Shout out to them. We gotta send them sprinkle some love
real,
dust
man.
on them.
That on another episode.
Yeah, that's what I was saying, though. That's what I was saying. That's what we're gonna wrap it up with that. So that being said, man, we're gonna wrap this up. We really enjoy, like I said, I'm really glad to see a Black young couple. Y'all doing your thing, y'all keep going. And like bro keeps saying, it all matters if you don't quit, keep going. I keep hearing you saying that, brother. That's the realest shit ever. Keep going. Cause man, I be wanting to quit with everything, but y'all gotta remember, we gotta always keep going. That's how we go on success. Keep going, keep going, keep going. I feel like that should be the name of the title of this one. That's what I'm gonna think. Oh yeah, real quick, Greg and Olivia, I want y'all to answer this on live. We're gonna need y'all, we're gonna get y'all on the episode. So y'all make sure everybody who see this, y'all make sure y'all stay tapping in. I'm gonna have them on the episode. We're gonna chop it up for a whole hour too. You already know how we do it on the podcast. And we look forward to having y'all on the episode here shortly, man.
Thank you.
Nice.
Man, I enjoyed y'all. I really enjoyed y'all company. Y'all had great topics. And thank y'all for real, especially for being the first ones.
Thank you.
Yes.
Peace. And shout out, hey, this is Lineage to Lineage. And before you can lead to anybody, before you can lead any kid, your mama, your sisters, your brothers, your daddy, don't forget to lead yourself. Peace.